Hello, it's been a long time since I've made a video. Um, so today we went to Half Price Books, um, Barnes and Noble, and this other store, Mardell, and I'm gonna show you what I got. Oh, I don't think I've ever showed him in a video. This is Willie. Um, he's named after Willie Nelson. We got him back in early April. He's about 5.5 years old now. And he's a Tibetan Spaniel, and he's the sweetest dog ever. He gets along with everyone and all the animals, and sometimes if I kiss his face repeatedly, he will growl, because I probably just overwhelm him because I'm getting close and stuff. But he just growls, and then if I growl back at him, he like starts wagging his tail and thinks I'm playing, I guess. I don't know. And even if he bit me, I wouldn't care, because it would feel like when Flats the Flounder beat SpongeBob when he kicked his butt, because he's a sponge, so it didn't hurt because he's missing a lot of teeth. But anyways, so first off, I got Chet Baker Angel Eyes. He looks like he looks like handsome Squidward. Yeah, Chet Baker's somebody I feel like I've been listening to a lot lately. And since we're talking about records, I didn't get this today, but I've gotten a lot of books and stuff, and I just haven't felt like recording, so I haven't showed it off. But I got Jenny from Thebes by the Mountain Goats. This was their last album so far. Came out in 2023, and it's like a white and like yellow, peachish. I don't know. I feel like I'm colorblind sometimes. But, yeah. Anyways, next, I got the third edition of Revolution in the Head by Ian MacDonald. I feel like this is a book I hear a lot about for the Beatles, like, as like a really great book. It's called The Beatles Records and the 60s, so I assume it's going to talk about the 60s a lot, but it also goes into the recording of all their stuff, like the Beatles flying for Magical Mystery Tour. It's credited to Harrison, Lennon, McCartney, Starkey. It tells you which Beatle played what, the producer, the engineers, the US and UK releases, like the date and what it was released on. Then it talks a bit about the song, and then chronology, chronology, the 60s. And then we got Dreaming the Beatles, The Love Story of One Band and the Whole World by Rob Sheffield. Honestly, I don't know what this book is completely about. I just remember I watched some YouTube video. I don't remember who. I don't think it was Andrew Dixon, but it was somebody. And they shared something in this book that made me want to get it. And I don't even remember what it was. But I saw, I was like, I recognize it, so I'm going to get it. Next, we got Paul McCartney, The Stories Behind the Songs by Mike Evans. This was a book that I've kind of hesitated to get because Luca Pracy already has his Stories Behind the Songs series, which I think is really good. Probably the best for Paul, you know. And this covers his first album, McCartney to McCartney 3 2020, in like 175 pages. So I'm kind of thinking, such a small book for such a long career, while Luca's books are 2 volumes, and we haven't even gotten to New from 2013 yet. So, but I looked at it a bit, and it actually did seem pretty good. Then I got uh, Michael Seth Starr, who wrote a biography, Nothing Comes Easy, The Life of Rodney Dangerfield. Um, Michael wrote a book on Ringo before, and I remember I read like half of it, but I thought it was really good. So I'm hoping this one's really good too. But Rodney, I don't know. I guess him and Chet Baker are like 2 people I feel like my autism is focused on right now. And I didn't get this today. I got this off eBay, but it's a 3 DVD set called Rodney Dangerfield No Respect, the Ultimate Collection. DVD 1 is his network TV specials, Disc 2 cable TV specials, and Disc 3 bonus extras. So yeah, I need to watch that soon. Then I got We All Shine On, John, Yoko, and Me by Elliot Mint. I feel like I've seen some people say this book is really good, and I've seen others complain, saying like Elliot is like a sellout or whatever. He shouldn't have written about them because they were so close and personal. I don't really care. I want to read it. Elliot can do what he wants. And then I got In the End, The Last Days of the Beatles by Ken McNabb. I feel like this isn't one I hear much about, but I did look it up before getting it, and I was seeing some people say it's pretty good to cover the end of the Beatles. I know there's also You Never Give Me Your Money. I think it's by Peter Doggett. I think that's his name. Which I haven't read that one yet either. So I will, but I figured I should read about the end of the Beatles like a decade ago. The Beatles was like all I would read about. But I should refresh my memory, especially about the end of the band before the start of Paul having his superior career as a solo artist. And then I got John and Paul, Love Story and Songs by Ian Leslie. This is a book that that just came out recently. Also, this actually came out this year too. I didn't know that. But it's 2025, so that's pretty cool. But anyways, this book came out this year, I believe. And I've seen nothing but good things about this, besides one person who hasn't even read it. Something to do with an anxious raspberry. But anyways, I'm gonna read this soon. But some people have issues, and I don't mean that in like, how do I say this politely? I don't know how you can have an opinion on a book just because you read this brief thing here. Like, if you think the entire book is going to be about a certain thing, like I think you should just give it a chance. Even if you just get it from the library, you don't need to give the author money in case you don't like it. And if you do like it, then you can buy it from the author and support them. But like, I don't know, some people online are just kind of crazy. But anyways, then I got the Beatles Get Back. This came out when the Get Back docuseries came out a few years ago. And it's basically a book about the Get Back sessions, which ended up becoming Let It Be. But it has this. I kind of like it on there. So usually, I feel like, I don't know, a lot of times I don't like these on books. But then you get like books like this that have it. Um, Personally, I don't really care for the color yellow, but if you take it off, there's nothing, and that's even more boring. But I like how it looks on here. But then you also get this colorful picture of the band. It's like a rainbow color, which really suits Paul. And it says photos by Ethan A. Russell and Linda McCartney, which is pretty cool. So it's kind of in a way a partial Linda photography book. Even if some photos can be scary, like for example, there's a picture of John, there's a picture of a predator. George is alright, but yeah, look, and then there's Paul and Ringo. See the two good Beatles next to each other. Paul's probably singing something like "Let It Be" here, and Ringo's probably thinking about drinking some wine. But yeah, this is the last book I got today, and that's it for today. Maybe I'll do more videos in the future about stuff I've gotten in my hiatus of YouTube. But the last thing I'm gonna end this video with is saying that in October, we're going to see Paul McCartney again. Well, for me again, it's Jenny's first time, but I'm gonna see him again. We're gonna see him together for the first time. And yeah, he got back just like he said he would.